The following is a presentation brought to you and sponsored by brands from around the globe. The opinions and views expressed are those of the program's sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the opinions and views of Fox Business Network.
Welcome to the show. I'm Kathy Ireland. Finding credible resources to support your business can be challenging. From consulting, marketing, operations, and international trade, TraDove enables businesses to identify and connect with buyers and suppliers through the largest and most trusted global business social network. CEO Kent Yan is here to share TraDove's innovative platform. Welcome, Kent.
Thank you, Kathy. It's quite an honor to be here.
Well, Kent, could you please tell us about yourself and the evolution of TraDove?
Well, that's a very good question. I want to first start with how do I get to know you? I started in the United States as a graduate student back in early 90s. I studied engineering and was very bored every once in a while. So I got to the library, I picked up some magazines to read, and I picked up the Sports Illustrated. I was very impressed that I read about your story. You transformed yourself from a supermodel to a super businesswoman. So I started the business school, and then I was fortunate enough that I got into MIT. I got a very comprehensive education and knowledge about engineering. I also went to business school at MIT Sloan School of Management. There I get to know a lot of people. Study finance. It's a good combination of technology, business, and finance. So I used to work for Pepsi, Deutsche Bank, Bristol Myers Squibb. When I came up with this idea during my first company. I helped U.S. companies source manufacturing from China. So I helped like Anderson Windows, Anheuser-Busch. I helped Constellation Brand, which is the largest wine company in the world. So during this process, I found out there's a major problem in the B2B space. First of all, people are very hard to find a business partner, even if they're, next door, right? And secondly, how do you know your partner any good? So there's a big transparency issue. So I started this company like 5 or 6 years ago as a business social network. So business is about who you know, right? So you can easily connect with each other, find each other within clicks rather than months or weeks. You can shorten the due diligence time by providing references or endorsement. For people, company, and products. Yeah.
That is wonderful. You are an extraordinary entrepreneur and business leader. Can you tell us about the platform of TraDove?
Yeah, the platform of TraDove is basically it's business social network. It connects corporate buying people and selling people. So it solves three fundamental problems in the B2B space. First is discovery. As I explained to you, it's very hard to find your business partner, the right people. Sometimes it takes weeks or months if you use traditional kind of methodology, right? The Google, like email, like those. But we bring everybody under the same umbrella. So you have business profile, what do you buy, what do you sell, so you can easily find each other within clicks by search on our search engine. The second problem we're solving is the trust, the transparency or credibility problem by bringing social network factors. So you can provide references for the people, for product, services, and companies, so you can shorten the due diligence time. And the third problem is precision advertising in the B2B space. For the first time in the internet, you can do precision targeted advertising for B2B. So that's truly revolutionary. Yeah.
And can you describe for us some of the ways TraDove is enabling buyers and sellers to connect?
Yeah, so you can easily, like in our search engine, you can easily search buyers and sellers, buying people and sellers by search their profile, by put the keywords in the search engine. Let's say I need to find a mug, so you can type mug and you can find the manufacturer of the mugs. You can contact people, you can check their references, shorten the due diligence time. We can also match. So whenever, let's say if you're a buyer, you get on the website, we can match your business profile with other people's selling profile. Mm-hmm. So let's say if you buy mug, we recommend on the right hand side, we can recommend people who sell mugs, basically encourage you to connect with each other. And lastly, we use big data and artificial intelligence. Let's say if you post a buying demand, let's say I want to buy, let's say 10,000 marks, something with a spec, we can match that spec with people's profile. So artificial intelligence, big data. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
TraDove utilizes social networking functions such as endorsements and references to authenticate users, reducing due diligence, effort, and time. By applying AI technology, TraDove matches buyers to sellers based on user profiles. Users can advertise content to their target audience, engaging relevant prospects in their network. TraDove enables businesses to eliminate payment complexity associated with international transactions. By utilizing digital currencies, blockchain technology, and advanced user authentication, TraDove has solved the fundamental challenges with managing global transactions. Authenticated, vetted, and endorsed users utilize smart contracts to execute trade across the TraDove global B2B platform to ensure payments are secure and successful. For more information, visit TraDove.com.
Kent, TraDove recently completed an ICO. How has the offering enabled your growth?
We did one of the top ICO in 2018 in Q1. We raised about $52 million.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I think the key benefit of this ICO is that allow us to recruit top talents into our team. We just hired VP of Marketing, Rena Bonnet, very senior, seasoned marketing executive into our team. The next one is marketing. So we can do very kind of aggressive marketing to acquire our users and also develop top-notch products, including the next generation blockchain and payment network. And of course, one of the benefits is they allow us to come here to appear in your show, which I'm a big fan of you.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We're so glad you're here. And can you tell us about the blockchain payment network that you're building?
Yeah, one of the problems in B2B and international trade is trust. You know, how do I make sure that I get paid for the product services that I deliver? This blockchain-based technology, payment technology, can replace the traditional method, the banking method, let's say letter of credit, by allow you to build that kind of trust, what we call smart contract, to kind of facilitate the trade in the international or even domestic B2B. Yeah.
And how different is it from traditional blockchain networks like Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Yeah, the traditional network, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they have two major kind of issues to be applied for in the B2B space. They are all no transparent, so all the transaction records are stored on all the nodes in the computer. Companies do not like that. Companies do not like their transaction record to be stored in other people's computer or even your competitor's computer. The other one problem is anonymous. All those networks, you don't know who you're dealing with. It's all wallet address, so you send money from one place to another. So we solve those problems. So B2B, you only need to store the transaction record we call blocks on transacting parties, two transacting parties. This way you can make the network much lighter. So you don't have to store the blocks on all the nodes. And the second thing is that we do identity management, so you know who you're doing business with. And also you don't need kind of sophisticated kind of algorithms to decide which block, authorize each block, and we call proof of stake or proof of work. To store in each block. So all you need to do is two consensus parties to decide which transaction block to be stored. So as a result, you can make the payment network much lighter and much faster. You can even store it in a cell phone. So we could well be the first company to build blockchain on cell phone. So this is very significant because in a lot of developing countries, they do not have sophisticated internet connection. All they have is a cell phone connecting to the internet. So yeah, we're going to significantly remove the barrier of trade. I think our government, our president is working very hard on this issue right now. Yeah.
Kent, how does TraDove compare to traditional banking networks?
Traditional banking, I think there are two things. One is cost. Sending money from one account to another incur a lot of costs. Companies like IATA, for example, it's an international kind of aerospace organization. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars in transaction fees. The second one is speed. Sending money from one party to another, especially international, could take a long time. Sometimes 1 day, sometimes 2 days, sometimes 1 week, depends on where you send. So with this blockchain-based payment network, it's just milliseconds. So I click here, you got it right away.
Wow. And can companies use your blockchain payment network in their supply chains?
Yes, there's an enterprise level of blockchain payment network. So companies can issue token based on our network to their suppliers, and their suppliers can pay their suppliers. They can redeem the token back into a fiat cash. The significance of this solution is that it will significantly increase the cash flow of the companies because you don't need to use a fiat cash for circulation. Yeah, a lot of companies like this idea.
That's wonderful. And can you please share some of your client success stories?
Yeah, on the business social network side, for example, I talked to one of the mid-sized company, Midwest. They make structure material. They use our network to find a supplier. They couldn't find it in China, and then they actually use our network to check the reference of their U.S. customers. Right. So that's basically what we mean by shortening the sales cycle, right, and shortening the due diligence cycle as well.
Can you tell us about the TraDove token model?
The token model basically tokenizes the interaction between buyers and sellers. So let's say, for example, if I'm a salespeople, you're a buying person, I can compensate you for, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes of your time, look at my product, listen to my pitch, and then you can use that token to deposit into your company's account, and your company can use that token to pay other buyers of other companies to basically look at your product and service. This is one. The other one is compensate your time as well to look at our kind of targeted B2B advertising. Let's say if you look at my mug, and then I would give you like 5 tokens or 3 tokens. Just get you excited.
How are you promoting TraDove to prospective buyers and sellers?
Well, I have to say B2B marketing is much more difficult than consumer marketing because people are hiding from the corporate wars. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we mostly target mid to small companies where the wall is not that thick or tall, right? But we also use social media, like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. We also use search engine. We go to a lot of events. We do a lot of interviews like what we have today, basically generate exposure to let people know us and come to us themselves. We call inbound marketing.
What do you think has been key to your success?
I'm going to ask the same question to you after this. I would say key to success is, one is persistence. Never give up. Life is not easy, right? If it's easy, then everybody will be billionaire, right? This is number one. Number two is make as many friends as possible. I get to make a lot of friends. Like, for example, when I did the makeup, I think her name is Kelly, right? Yeah, she's a great lady. I just learned about perfume, about makeups from her. So getting I think make friends, connect with people, and be humble will get you to a very successful level. Yeah.
What do you love most about your business?
The most exciting thing about our business is that we're changing the way how people do business. One of our board members, Phil Duff, he was former CFO of Morgan Stanley, just like what he said, make a big dent of the world. Maybe just like what you're doing too. Yeah. Now I have to reverse that question to you. What made you transfer? I'm a big fan, as I told you in the beginning.
Thank you.
What made you transfer from a supermodel to a super businesswoman?
Well, you're very kind. Thank you. I love design. I love business. And modeling was a wonderful education. Tried and failed many businesses. It just took me a while to get started. But I love what I do. And like you said, it's people.
Right.
And it's being able to have an impact and hopefully make the world better. Our vision is to teach, inspire, empower, and make the world better.
That is amazing.
And being able to talk with people like you today is a wonderful gift. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm quite honored too.
TraDove utilizes social networking functions such as endorsements and references to authenticate users, reducing due diligence, effort, and time. By applying AI technology, TraDove matches buyers to sellers based on user profiles. Users can advertise content to their target audience, engaging relevant prospects in their network. TraDove enables businesses to eliminate payment complexity associated with international transactions. By utilizing digital currencies, blockchain technology, and advanced user authentication, TraDove has solved the fundamental challenges with managing global transactions. Authenticated, vetted, and endorsed users utilize smart contracts to execute trade across the TraDove global B2B platform to ensure payments are secure and successful. For more information, visit TraDove.com.
Kent, what is the future vision for TraDove's growth?
Well, we want to be the go-to place for people who want to do business. Just like Google, we do want to search. I think in a couple of years, you'll see that our vision gradually coming to life.
Well, Kent, it sounds like TraDove is innovating for the future while changing the way that we do business one connection at a time. Thank you for joining us, and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Worldwide Business, uniting brands and media outlets for over 20 years. Visionary leaders, business experts,